Hi everyone, it's day 7 of our 12 days of Christmas. We're over half finished. And so if you've missed the other 6 days, I hope you'll go back and watch those. And if you like any of them, would you please subscribe, comment, and maybe share with others. Today, it's all about snow. So let's look at the materials that we'll be using today. I found this really fun Snowman chalkboard at the dollar spot at Target. I think it was $3. And so one side was wood, bare wood, and the other was the chalkboard. Love that. So on the wood side, I went ahead and did 2 coats of a white chalk paint and of a black chalk paint for the hat. So that's where we're starting, and it's nice and dry. So we're ready to do a fun snow motif on here. I have printed off of Cricut Design Space this writing that says "Let It Snow," because I think that is just really fun. And the project we're doing today, I wanted to use that sort of green and pink take on the holiday colors of red and green. And so I found this fun mint green vinyl and then a nice light pink. And those are both Cricut brand vinyls. And so I've already weeded and everything. So now all I need to do is pull up our lettering and get this ready to apply to our snowman. So today, I'd like to encourage comments. And so here's a question that I'm going to pose to you. And it is, okay, snow, friend or foe, do you love it? Do you hate it? Which one? Now, I've always loved snow, and I just think it is so beautiful. And where we lived last year, we moved last year, but where we lived before, we got so much snow, and it wasn't unusual for us to have 3 feet in the front yard, and the back, of course, of snow. And I really loved it, but we don't get that much snow here where we live now, but it is so much colder. So that's been a big change, and I kind of miss that deep, cozy snow, but I do really love the snow. All right, so you'll see I'm applying my text off to the side because I want the snow to fall all around that. So let's get that off. Looks like it's coming off pretty well. That's really nice. And that vinyl, that transfer tape has a little bit of paint and residue on it, so I'm not going to save that. But oh, I really like that. Now, I have all of my snowflakes here, and I'm just going to cut them out individually and kind of decide, I'm going to lay them out before I apply any of them, and just try to get an idea of how I want them to look. And so that I can see them better, I'm going to go ahead and cut them out a little better, because I think it's going to be a little bit easier to see that way. Okay, so I'll just trim them down a little bit so I have a better view. Okay, and when I weeded these, there were a couple that had some really fun inside snowflakes, so I kept those too, so that I can use those as well, instead of just, you know, weeding them and throwing them away. We're going to use those. So I did several large ones. I tried to do snowflakes of all different sizes. And here we go. I was thinking, while I was thinking about the snow, back when I was in 5th grade and our family did a lot of skiing, there was a boy in my class named Bill who just had moved to the area, and he was really a huge fan of skiing. And so we had a sort of unspoken competition going on about who could get the most the most ski tags on their coat zipper for that season. So we never took them off and had a bunch of tags. Well, every Monday we'd come in and compare, because some weekends I'd go skiing, some weekends he would. So it was this thing that we had going. Well, I was a little bit behind in the competition. And then one Monday, Bill came to school with a broken leg. He had broken his leg skiing. And so by default, I won the competition that year. Okay, so I have a little half one that I'm going to put right on the edge there. And I'm just kind of adjusting them so that I like how it looks like the snow is falling. All right, and so now I'm just going to go ahead and go through and apply these and get that done. Last one, and one thing I'm finding out that if you're having a hard time getting that backing off of the transfer tape, bend it towards the backing, and then the plastic part of it kind of pokes up, and then you can more easily remove it from the backing. So that is just a little trick. And let's get that last one applied. I do feel a little bit bad still about winning that competition with Bill because he was injured. Okay, so there we go. We'll just make sure those are all pushed down. Now, I want to add one more little embellishment to that hat. So I have some little holly leaves that I printed out in Cricut Design Space. I'm going to weed those and apply those right to the hat of the snowman there. There. And they've got this a little tiny part down the middle that I'm kind of having a hard time weeding. So I'm just pulling these up and putting them on kind of like you would a sticker. That makes it a little bit easier to do, like that. Okay, and then I'm also going to apply this button right to the middle there to take the place of the holly, of the little berries. And I really like having that little bit of texture right there with that raised button. So I'm using E6000 glue adhesive to put that down. And there you go. So there we have our finished snowman with Let It Snow. And then on the back, of course, is a chalkboard that we can write a fun Christmas message. But I just wanted to do that pink and green variation on Christmas colors. Now, let's do one more variation on that same theme. So the idea here is that when you are designing in Cricut Design Space, or if you find a design that you really like, it's always a good idea to save yourself some time and effort to actually reuse that, repurpose it for another project. And so we're going to use that same Let It Snow, and we're going to apply it to a Christmas ornament That could be attached to a plate of cookies or given as a gift on its own. But it makes a nice little tag. And so I'm reusing that whole Let It Snow design, partly because I really like it. I think it's super cute, and I just really like how that came out. And this is straight from Cricut Design Space. The only alteration I did on this was to resize it, and I think it just has really come out really cute. Okay, now that we have that weeded, let's get on our transfer tape. There we go. There we go. And those snowflakes, they're so delicate and so fine and so tiny, yet they just come out so beautiful, so nicely done in that, on that design. So this time I'm doing that same combination of green and pink, but this time I'm doing the lettering in the pink instead of the green. So I'm doing it just opposite, but using the very same little design. And, oh, there we go. Let's get that part back down. Sometimes if it's pulling up, if you remove your vinyl in a different direction, that will help it come up. So there we go. And now we have a little ornament, a gift tag, something that you can add to another thing using that very same Let It Snow design. So there we go. Those are our two projects for today. So I will put those where they're going and then show you kind of a final view of those things. If you liked these, please be sure to subscribe and share this video. And we will see you tomorrow for day 8 of our 12 Days of Christmas.